Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, Round 7. And if you want to check out Instagram and the layouts there, it's hashtag 30 DSCBL7 for Round 7. And this is a sketch that we're using today, and I'm going to stick pretty close to it. At least that's what I'm saying now. I thought I did on the last one, but then once you really got to looking at the sketch, no. But I think I'm going to do better today. I'm going to scrap that picture of my grandson there, and I'm going to be using Echo Park All Boy. And I did have those Dear Lizzie stickers. I've had them a while. I'm not sure what collection they're from, but I thought I might sneak one or two little pieces on there. I picked out my longest scraps, and I'm going to use them for the banners on there. Well, they're just strips of paper. Oh, and that layout, that sketch is by Laura Whitaker, and she's like one of my favorite sketch makers. And she used just the strips, but I'm going to make them into banners. Fishtail banners, that is. And some of the scraps are going to be a little bit on the short side, so they're going to go on the outside. Well, not the outside. They're going to go on the inside, and I'm going to clip them in half. Then the longer ones are going to go right at the edge of the photo, and then a couple of shorter ones on the other side of that. Trying to stretch these as far as I can. Yes, if I had really wanted to stretch them, the ones behind the photo would have been even shorter than what they are. But I didn't want to take time to do that, so I was just kind of guessing and figuring and just putting them here and there. All of those are, though, going to have fishtails. And I'm going to have an extra one. And I noticed right towards the end that I was going to have an extra one when I was putting them down. And I decided to save that red one there to put my title on. But it wasn't intentional. I just noticed I was going to have an extra one. And I thought, well, I might as well use the red one and put my title there. Now, I did think about using black as my background, the black cardstock. But then I got to thinking if I used a striped paper that was not too wild, I could use the stripes to line up my banners. So I picked this one out just because it had pinstripes, and it's not very bright. The colors are more muted than some of the other colors in this kit. And so, yeah, I'm going to use it for my background, but I'm backing each and every one of those banners in black. And I really like the pop that it adds to the page. I started out with what I thought was center, but you will notice when you see the layout at the end, it's kind of, well, either that or my banners are just off. Maybe I got one more banner on the right side, on the left side than I do the right, because it looks like I got a little more space on the right. But I do notice it when I'm putting the title on, so I moved that banner over to the right a little bit. Just to kind of help balance the weight on it. And I'm going to forget my circle. See that circle in the sketch? I planned on using a viewfinder. And I will get all these banners down before I remember it. But it will go on the page. I will pull up the banners a little bit and just tuck it under there. But that does add a little more weight to the left-hand side. So I'm going to throw kind of a cluster down there on the right-hand side above the banner for the title. So I'm trying to make up for it, and I think it works out pretty decent when I get done. I guess I could have threw one more banner on there, but I didn't even think of that. And the layout was looking a little bit flat by the time I got all those banners on there. So I am going to add foam tape behind my photo just to bring it up just a little bit, just a little. And there went my viewfinder, and one of those little squares didn't punch out, so I just kind of tucked it in under there. And I even put a shim on there, but no, it's getting old. I think I've had it for quite a few years. So yeah, I think it's getting a little worn out, and I cannot find anywhere to buy. They're just not running them. I even got a hold of My Favorite Things by email, and they answered. And they said the person that designed it wasn't with them no more, and they could not come out with another one because of that. I wish they could. While I was putting my title down, I was thinking, oh, I need to make sure I look at them to see who they're by, the alphas. And I'm pretty sure it's Amy Tan because by the time I got it down, I forgot to look. I am going to use the one chipboard, and it says, "You are my favorite person." And then clever. I wasn't quite sure what that meant below it. Normally, I don't use those unless I'm doing a layout for somebody else because I don't want to call one of my grandkids favorite over the other one. But he was the only grandkid I had when this photo was taken. So I thought I could get away with it. If anybody asks, I can tell them, "You weren't even born yet." My grandkids probably think I have always scrapbooked because they've seen me do it so much. Except him. He might know the difference because I remember him making the comment once. I had done a picture of his brother and scrapped it, and he says, "I wished you were scrapbooking when I was little. You probably got lots more Jake than you do me." And Jake was like 2.5 maybe when I started scrapping. Anyway, I pulled out the albums and started showing him layouts, and he did. He said, "Okay, okay, I got it. You've scrapped a lot of me." Casey was 2, and at the McDonald's, they had Ronald McDonald, and I took my niece and him there, and I told her if she stood in line with him that I could take pictures when they got up there to see Ronald McDonald, and then I'd have them. And so, yeah, she stood in line. I stood over at the side. Well, I think I sat over at the side, not stood, because it was outside and there were picnic tables and stuff. And I took pictures when they got up there to see Ronald. He was just so happy to get to see him. He'd been to McDonald's a lot. His daddy worked there. And his daddy was the one who told us that he was going to be there. His dad had to work that day. He always had to work on Saturdays. His district director, so he has over 5 McDonald's, but he'd go one or another on Saturday and help behind the counter and just check everything out and see what all's going on and make sure everything was going good. So different ones got him on Saturday. Since they were busier that day, he was inside helping. So I did take Casey in there to see him for a minute. I pulled my stars punch out, and I'm going to use them to kind of scatter around the page instead of enamel dots because Laura used them in the sketch. And I used black again, and I thought about using a dark navy blue. It did enter my mind, but I knew I was going to be using those Amy Tan alphas because I really wanted to use them for my title, so I used black instead. And I want to mention that down there below in the description box, you will find the link to Christy's channel and all the other gals that are doing the 30 days of sketches. And last time there was a bunch, and guess what? There's a bunch this time too. Plus, you will also find the link to the Facebook group, so you can go check that out. And you can make a layout using the same sketch and post it in the Facebook group. She'll have a folder for each day, so we can see who all posts one for that day. Lots of inspiration down there, YouTube and Instagram. And I just happened to look over at the sketch again just to see if I'd gotten all the stuff I planned to put on here, but no, I didn't. So I had to make a tag to put over on the left-hand side. And it looked kind of blah because I had so much pattern paper, I think, on here. So I will add a sticker from that Dear Lizzie sticker sheet, and it'll say, "You are my happy." I do love this collection. I like the colors, and mostly I like the B side over the A side. I don't like to get too busy a paper on there except in small doses. So yeah, the B side's my favorite, but yeah, I do like the colors. And I didn't look at the year that the Dear Lizzie came out, but they were really, really, really dry. There was no way they were ever going to stick without some glue. So I put it on the black just to match everything else on the layout, except the reserve seating. I didn't put one on it. And I thought that was cute going with him sitting in the booster seat. Booster seat. Not sheet, seat. But that's it. That's my layout. And I want to thank Christy for doing the hop again. I think she said she does it 3 times a year. And it sure don't seem like 4 months since I did it before, but I noticed a video that popped up and it said 4 months ago. So yeah, it's been a while. Well, November, so yeah, I guess it's been 4 months. But yeah, if you leave a comment down there below, I'll get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, of course, I would love to have you subscribe. Oh, and see that Amy Tan stickers, stickers. Yeah, aren't they cute? Yeah, I planned on using them, so I had to use black then when I planned that. Oh, and look at my splatters. I planned on using black velvet Heidi Swap. I reached down there and I had used it like on the last layout, and so I figured it'd be right there in front. I grab it out and sprinkle, and it's tinsel. So yeah, it's not black, but it is tinsel, so it's a little bit shiny gray. But thank y'all for watching. Have a happy scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.